Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So my local disc replays, for whatever reason, have just been having a ton of buy two, get 8 free sales when it comes to their DVDs. And so over the past 4 months now, I guess, ever since Black Friday, so end of November, all the way through today, they've been having these buy two, get 8 free sales. And so over the months, I've been taking advantage of those, and I have a bunch of DVDs sitting over there to share with you guys. So I figured I would kind of start going through those. And so today I want to talk about my first 10. So the first of my buy two, get 8 free DVDs that I found. And then eventually, I don't know if I'm going to call this part 1 or what, but I just have a lot of videos I could do with these if I go 10 at a time like this. And so I'll probably do that. Maybe I'll do 20. I don't know. But I should get 3 or 4 videos just from these sales because, like I said, these have been going on for 4 months. And so I didn't go and buy all these in one weekend or even 1 month. These have, like I said, been spread out over the past 4 or so months. And so they've just been sitting over there waiting for me to share with you guys what I've picked up. And so I want to dive into those today. My first set of buy two, get 8. And actually have one other thing in this as well that I picked up at one point while I was doing the buy two, get 8. And so I'll just include that here because it's also from Disc Replay. So it fits in with this Disc Replay haul. So that's what we're looking at today, guys. We are looking at 11 different DVDs, and one of those is a TV series. And there are some really cool things in this haul. So I'm really excited about this one. If you guys are excited about this video as well, please give it a like down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to my Disc Replay buy two, get 8 free DVD haul. Let me start right out of the gate here with the TV series that I picked up. So this one was not the part of the buy two, get 8, but this was $4.99, so still a really good price. This is SWAT Kats, The Radical Squadron. And you can see this is a Hanna-Barbera Classics Collection DVD set. So this is the complete series on 5 different DVDs, and this is all about the SWAT Kats, which is just fantastic. So I'll admit, I have never seen an episode of SWAT Kats before. I have seen, a good number of these kind of out there oddball Hanna-Barbera cartoons, but this is one that escaped me. But because I like those other ones, I figured I would give this a shot and see how it is. The price was so low. It's a lot more expensive on Amazon. So I figured pick it up, see if it's any good or not. If I'm not mistaken, let me see. I think these might be, these are all BDR, or not BDRs, DVD-R. So they are burned DVDs, not pressed DVDs, but that's, I think, kind of standard for the Hanna-Barbera collection. And that doesn't really bother me at all. I just thought I would point that out because I know that is a thing for some people. So yeah, this just looks like an absolute blast. I have no idea if it's going to be any good or not, but yeah, it just looks so much fun. 26 episodes of SWAT Kats, The Radical Squadron. What an amazing name. So yeah, really looking forward to eventually diving into this one and seeing what in the world SWAT Kats is all about. I'm hoping it's going to be like their other kind of weird ones like this that are just fun and off the wall. So the first one I grabbed, which again is not part of the buy two, get 8, but still something I grabbed from Disc Replay, is SWAT Kats, The Radical Squadron, the complete series on DVD. All right, so let's dive into the buy two, get 8. And this is in no particular order here. The first one, we have a Chris Farley classic. I don't know. Beverly Hills Ninja. So this is another one that Chris Farley is just over the top and hilarious in this. It has been, so long since I've seen this one. I think I probably only watched it on Comedy Central way back when. And so I don't know if I've ever seen it fully uncut before. So I have no idea what this is going to hold for me, but it just looks like a lot of fun. Chris is playing Chris Farley, Nicolette Sheridan, Chris Rock, and Robin Shue star in this comic crash of cultures about a talentless ninja determined to save a mysterious damsel in distress. What's not to love about that? An amazing cast led by the absolute legend himself, Chris Farley, which there were a lot of comments about Chris Farley on one of my last videos because I talked about my uncle in his van, and it was, the van down by the river, which of course is a Saturday Night Live Chris Farley sketch, which I was actually just watching it the other day again, and like, oh my god, it holds up so well. Farley is just a comedic genius, and so the movie's just fantastic. So very excited to add that one to the collection, and then I'll just keep going here. Next up is a sequel to a movie that I think is pretty well regarded. It's a good horror movie. This is The Cell 2. So this one says on the back here, a terrifying journey into the mind of a serial killer. So this is a like full-blown sequel to the original Cell, and it's directed by Tim Iacofano. I'm butchering that, I know, but yeah, this looks like a low-budget sequel to a really well-known film, so I have no idea if this one's going to be any good or not, but I've always seen this DVD around, but I've never picked it up before. I honestly thought it wasn't even related to the original Cell, but it is, according to IMDb at least it is, and so yeah, very intrigued to see how this one holds up. Looks pretty interesting, so hopefully I'll enjoy it for what it is. So The Cell 2 is the next one on the list here. Let's just keep going. So next up is another comedy with Rob Schneider, and what was I watching? I guess I was watching the DVD, Physical Media Man was doing his DVD collection, and he pointed out that he had The Animal with Rob Schneider on DVD, and how he really liked it. And so I figured, you know what? I'm looking for more to add to this buy two, get eight. Let's grab The Animal and see how this one is. This is one I've not actually seen before, but Rob Schneider is generally pretty funny. I like him in most of his work. Obviously, he does get a little like over the top and absurd at points, which this one could very well be that. But typically speaking, I really like his work, so I'm hoping this one will fall into that category as well. I know Physical Media Man likes it a lot, and so I'm going on his recommendation. So looks like a lot of fun. I'm hoping I enjoy it. We will see. I think like it's going to be just goofy. He wasn't much of a man. Now he's not much of an animal. So we'll see if that one's any good or not. Rob Schneider in The Animal. Another one here. This is actually one that I remember seeing in theaters with my dad, and I have no idea why, because my dad is not a movie guy at all. We went to like, I could count like 3 movies we went to go see in theaters together. Maybe 4, actually, now that I think about it. Because he's just not a movie guy. It's not what he does. Anytime he goes, he would fall asleep. Anytime he watches a movie at home, he falls asleep. So he's just not that type of guy. But he took me to see this one for whatever reason. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Sixth Day. So this is a really cool sci-fi movie. At least it was when I saw it in theaters. I've not seen it since, but it was just a lot of fun. And this is a movie about like clones. The sixth day is in regards to some rule that happened on the 6th day of cloning. Like, I don't remember what the rule is, but it has to do with the clone. And Schwarzenegger's character gets cloned, and so he's trying to figure out, like, or I guess he's trying to take back his life from his clone, and so it's pretty interesting. It's just good sci-fi, big budget action, and it's a lot of fun. And actually, Jason Alexander is in this as well, with a scene that I remember pretty well from when I was watching it in theaters, because it was a little bit awkward with my dad there. But yeah, this one was a lot of fun when I saw it. And I actually have the novelization for this, and so that was another reason I wanted to add it to the collection. I saw it there and figured it would be a good way to add it for cheap, so I picked it up. Next up is one that I really need to get this sticker off because it annoys me. But this is Brick with Jason Gordon-Levitt, and is that right? Did I say that right? Jason Gordon-Levitt? Yeah, I don't know why I had it like flipped in my head, but yes, that's right. But anyway, this is a movie that my buddy actually recommended to me years and years ago. He really likes this one, and it's by it's by Ryan Johnson, who is obviously a very well-known director at this point. I've liked his other work, and so I'm very intrigued to see how Brick is. I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and so really looking forward to this one. I believe it is like I want to say it's like, so on the back here it says a detective story of the most elaborate kind. So the main character is a loner, someone who knows all the angles but has chosen to stay on the outside. And so, yeah, I was going to say, I think there's something to do with drugs in here, and apparently there is, but I guess it's a thriller that critics describe as a clever, twist-filled whodunit. So really looking forward to this. This is one of those movies that always gets tossed around by people that are asking, like, or answering the question, what movies should be in the Criterion Collection? I always hear Brick mentioned, so I'm hoping that I like that one by Ryan Johnson when I end up getting around to it. Next up here is by Mel Gibson, and this is Apocalypto. So this is one where another one, I couldn't get these old Walmart stickers off of it. Unfortunately, I need to go at it with some Goo Gone, but haven't done that yet. But this is actually one that I was mixing up with 10,000 BC. That's the one I was trying to pick up with. Was 10,000 BC. I've heard decent things about this one as well, but I really wanted 10,000 BC because that was one that's a little more difficult to find. And so yeah, Apocalypto, another big budget, like not fantasy. It takes place like in the Stone Age, basically, from what I remember of like the trailers and whatnot. So yeah, it's a thrilling historical epic. So yeah, and it's like an action adventure film. So hopefully it'll be pretty good. Mel Gibson is generally a pretty decent director, so I'm hoping I will enjoy Mel Gibson's Apocalypto when I get around to it. And then next up, another sequel to a relatively well-known horror film. I actually have the original thanks to Scream Factory, John Carpenter's Vampires. Well, this is Vampires Los Muertos. So this is the sequel, the low-budget sequel to the original John Carpenter film. And I don't even think John Carpenter's actually involved in this outside of his name being on it. Oh, I guess he was an executive producer along with Sandy Keene. But it's directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, which I didn't even realize, written and directed by him. So that's kind of interesting. This is not the only sequel to Vampires. I believe it is it a trilogy or a quadrilogy? I can't remember if there's 3 or 4 movies in this one, but I've actually not even seen the original yet, so I do need to get around to that soon. It's in my Scream Factory collection, so I definitely plan on watching that relatively soon here. But this is one that I figured I would grab because it looks interesting, and I've never seen the sequels for this on DVD or Blu-ray or anything, so I thought this would be a fun one to have. It reminds me of like the sequels to not Near Dark. What's the other? Lost Boys. It reminds me of those, and so I feel like it'll be kind of that same style, that same like budget feel to them. But we'll see how they go. The next one here is actually one that I had on my cheap DVDs to find list for a while now, and it popped up in my local disc replay. This is Red Sonja with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So my second Schwarzenegger in this video, which I didn't even realize, but then Bridget Nielsen is in this as well. So just an amazing cover on this. This, of course, is just a fantasy epic. Red Sonja, I believe, is a comic book character. She is a comic book character, and so I'm sure that's what this is going to be based off of, and it just looks like a lot of fun. I guess I don't remember specifically why I put this on my list to begin with. I must have heard something good about it over the years, and so it was on my list to pick up. So Red Sonja is another one for the collection here, and it just looks like a blast. So this is one I would have loved to have grabbed on Blu-ray because I think it'll probably look really good on Blu-ray, but I don't even know if there's a Blu-ray of this, to be honest with you. So this one directed by Richard Fleischer. So yeah, hopefully Red Sonja is as good as this cover makes it out to be, and even if it's not as good, hopefully it's as fun as the cover makes it out to be. So this next one is another one that I've seen in the past. Actually, you know what? No, this is not the one I was thinking it was when I picked it up, but this is Son of Sam. So this is directed by Uli, I'm going to mess this up because I always do, Uli Lamel, which I talked about him recently because I picked up another serial killer related film from him as well in another recent haul. But this one, I initially grabbed it because I thought it was The Summer of Sam, which is the film by Spike Lee. That one, I don't love that movie, but I've wanted it back in the collection because I didn't realize it was a Spike Lee movie the first time I saw it. It's been so many years since I've seen it, I just didn't know what to expect, I guess, and so I wanted to give it another shot. So in order to do that, I wanted to add it to the collection. Unfortunately, this is Son of Sam, so it's not the same thing, but they are both based on, obviously, Son of Sam. And so, yeah, this is going to be based on the New York City killer, serial killer, who, infamously was told to do these murders by his neighbor's dog. So he was clearly mental, or at least acting like he was mental. So, yeah, Son of Sam. And this one, like I said, Uli Lamel from 2008. I was trying to power through all of them in one take, but my throat just did not cooperate. So the very last one here for this video is just like when this movie came out, it was huge here in Michigan. I live in Detroit, and this, like Metro Detroit, and this was just gigantic when it came out. I was and still am obsessed with Eminem, and so this one was a like day one movie theater experience for me and all of my high school friends at the time. And we saw it like that night. night. It was absolutely loaded theater. This was just an event when it came out here. I am talking about 8 Mile, of course, the Eminem biopic. And this is such an excellent film. So you have Eminem in this. You have Kim Basinger, Brittany Murphy, and Mekhi Phifer star in this. And it is so good, at least from what I remember. For some reason, I didn't have this in my collection. And the minute I realized I didn't, I had to correct that because I've been wanting to rewatch this movie just because, like I said, I love Eminem, huge fan of his, and so really wanted to revisit this one and see how it was. And then, of course, the late, great Brittany Murphy, who left us much too soon. She was excellent in this as well. So, yeah, very happy to finally have this in my collection. Actually, I think what happened is when this one came out originally, I purchased it. At the time, I didn't know a difference, I guess, because I bought the full screen version, or maybe I got it as a gift or something, and it was the full screen. But when I was going through my DVDs, like, man, 5 years ago, I guess it was, when I was getting rid of most of my DVD collection, anything that was full screen, I ended up getting rid of. And so that's what happened to this one. So now I have it back in the correct aspect ratio, and I am very happy that I get a chance to revisit this one. So the last one in today's buy 2 get 8 free haul is 8 Mile with Eminem. All right, so there they are. Buy 2 get 8 free, and an extra one on the bottom there, a fun TV series from Hanna-Barbera collection. So yeah, really cool stack of movies. I am so excited to watch, to revisit some of these and then watch some of the others for the very first time. So if you guys have seen any of these, which ones do you recommend I put toward the top of my list that I have not yet seen? What did you guys think of 8 Mile? Was this nearly as big a movie for you if you were not from the Detroit area, or was this kind of forgotten after it was released? Because here the news coverage was just insane and I loved every minute of it. But anyway, guys, let me know if you've been finding anything cool at your local either disc replays or any other local stores that you guys shop at. Let me know what you're finding down in the comments below. I always love hearing what you guys are picking up because it gives me good ideas for future pickups on my end of things. So thank you guys so much for all those comments down there. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.